Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com, and today we are talking shirted benching 101, and I have a lot of great tips for you here. We're going to go over a few tips on how to set up in the shirt versus raw, some of the things that I like to do a little bit differently that help me gain better positioning in the shirt. I'm also going to go over a few tips on the takeout portion of the bench, which is of the utmost importance when you're talking shirted benching, all that weight coming out. What you do with the takeout can make or break your lift. So we're going to go over that a little bit, and then we're going to go through some of the nuances of actually working the shirt, what you want to do, how to groove your press, a little bit different than raw. So we're going to cover all that here in this video, shirted benching 101 for you. Alright, let's start with this setup. Alright, so you can see I got my bench belt on. Bench belt really honestly is only there to hold the shirt down for you, so it doesn't slide up. The collar doesn't slide up towards your neck. Alright, where you position the collar is going to depend. If you're wearing a tight shirt, if you're on your opener, I mean, the lower your collar, traditionally the more pop you're going to get. So there's a lot of different ways to manipulate the shirt, and we've done videos on that in the past. But for this video, I just want to go through that setup process with you. What we're going to do with this belt and all that, okay? So, whereas some lifters, you usually see a lifter get set up, right, and then their handler comes over, they pull the belt down, all right? What I like to do is I actually like someone to pull my belt down while I'm bridging up. So I'm bridging up initially, right? This shirt kind of locks up on me. If someone can push this down while I'm bridging up, then it lets me belly up to the bar a little bit better, increase my positioning more efficiently. Okay, so that's one thing I change. And then when I do get fully set up, butt comes down, I like to pack the shoulders in again. I like to crawl them down towards my hip just to make sure everything's set. Because it's very tough to get down into a good position when you're in that bridged up spot with the shirt. So that's something I do at the end to help me with that. All right, so we're going to go through the setup real quick for you. Alright, so unlike raw where I can put my hands pretty much anywhere I want, right, I need to stay with, the sleeves hold me in, so I need to stay within that, so I don't want to raise my arms out because that chest plate will roll up on me. And we just talked about you want to set it in a specific spot. You don't want the chest plate rolling around on you. So I have to stay cuffed in here. So I'm going to take a chin type of grip, a supinated grip to help lift me up and position myself. Okay? So I'm going to bridge up, I'm going to lift off this bar, I'm going to plant onto my traps. Alright, I'm digging my shoulders in, making sure I don't lift my arms out, getting back onto my traps, bridging up. So while I bridge up, Elvis is going to pull that down, and that lets me belly up to the bar just a little bit more without resistance. Okay, hands here for leverage, feet down. Alright, someone could pull my belt down again if I wanted. Yeah, you can just push that down there, just holds the shirt in place. Now in the position, right? I can get my grip if I want. Okay, and then from there, I would push against this. Use whatever I can to really crawl my shoulders down into a better position. Push back to set it again, and then we are good to bench. All right, guys. So let's talk some of the nuances of the takeout process. All right. So once I have my hands set where I want, and it's very hard to demo this with an empty bar. Elvis will help bring me out, so I'll give him a 3, 2. I want to make sure I have time to take my breath. Brings it right out for me. Okay, so I am set in place right here. All right, now I am not going to even think about beginning this descent until there is zero momentum in this bar. Okay, what I mean by zero momentum, you usually get that bar out, a lot of weight. So you could be shifting around, right? Bar could be rolling a bit. You're not fully set. Do not rush into bringing this bar down. All right, in the shirt, you need to be spreading that bar, pushing out on the arms like I am right here. Let that bar settle into your lats. Okay, I'm not even going to think about moving this bar until it is totally settled. I don't care if you get a start command. You are waiting. You are waiting until that bar is fully settled, and then you can just groove it down. Okay? That is a non-negotiable. You cannot bring that bar down with any sort of unwanted momentum. Okay? Very, very important. All right? And what I also want to talk about is initiating that bar. All right? Initiate it aggressively with a row. Okay? So don't hang out and take it down real slow. Just start getting that bar down. Start pulling it down because you want to set tension back here. All right, boom, start pulling that thing down. All right, how you're gonna groove the bar, you want to bring it down until you really feel that chest plate set. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. All right, so you want to start bringing that bar down until you get the chest plate set. This chest plate is going to stretch, set, right? Boom. When it feels a stretch, you start to feel some resistance. That's when you want to start barreling down towards your belly and tucking. Okay, so start bringing it down, chest plate sets. Boom, I start barreling down towards my belly, and I'm tucking the elbows, and that's what's going to set tension in my tris. So first, spread, set the chest plate, and then barrel towards your belly. Tuck as you do so. You're going to feel that tension shift over to your triceps. Okay, so you're going to be in a much lower touch position than you would be raw benching. Okay, you're going to be much closer down towards your belly, tucked in really well. And that's where a lot of lifters, they fail to do that, is tuck really well. Okay, you want to be in a position where you can fire back, not in like this dump touch type of position and then rely on pushing back. Okay, we have to be under the bar in a good tuck position, tension on the triceps. A lot of lifters never really set tension in the triceps, they just set it in the chest. Okay, you have to tuck well as you come down to the belly. All right, so I'm going to jump out of this shirt and just show you what that looks like full range. All right, so I got on my Titan Super Ram, so I'm going to be able to show this for you a little bit better without having to load this thing up with like 700 pounds. All right, so with this, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when we're saying load the chest plate and then tuck towards the belly. All right. Now, this isn't going to act exactly how the shirt would. It's not going to be the same tension, but I'm just showing you this again, so I don't have to load the plate, the bar up to actually show you in the shirt. Okay. So we get this bar out, right? So this is, pretend we're in a shirt, right? We settle that bar. No momentum, guys. No momentum, right? I'm loading down, right? The chest plate's starting to lock up on me. This is about all I got there. All right, now I'm going to start barreling towards the belly. You can see I'm tucking as I'm doing that. I'm tucking. Now I'm getting tension on my triceps, not as much on the chest. Chest plate's already loaded. Touch, fire back. Okay, so that's the difference here. All right, we're going to set that chest plate, spread. Chest plate's loaded. Barrel towards the belly, you have to tuck. You can't end up like this. Most lifters will end up like this, try to throw it back like that. All right, that is not what we want. That is not a good shirt groove. If you're coming down, you load the chest plate, you touch here, and then try to throw back, we do not want that. All right, we have to set the chest plate, we have resistance, barrel towards the belly, tuck, boom, fire back. Okay, when we throw it back, that cue flare gets thrown around often. Flare the elbows. I have a love-hate relationship with that because you do need to flare the elbows hard from that tuck position. But when we say flare, it sounds like we are doing that without control. Okay, so I'd rather think of a controlled flare, because what could happen here, if we just think flare, it could happen early and then we get stuck right here. Okay? It could happen early, flare, we're stuck here, we have nowhere to go. All right, we flare out too much, we get stuck out in front, any of that stuff. Okay, guys, so I say controlled flare. So you want to keep spreading the bar, or we're trying to pull that bar apart, we're trying to bend the bar. All right, we get that tuck. We need to keep those components. We can't let up on how we're spreading or we're bending. Okay, boom, fire right back. Biggest thing is that you fire back hard. Boom. All right, right there. Boom. All right. That is how you want to press in the shirt. Okay, set the chest plate, barrel towards the belly, tuck, and then a controlled flare, spread, boom, right out towards your face. All right, guys, that's how you'll work the shirt to get the most out of it. All right, so I hope those tips help you and how to set up with the shirt. We talked about the takeout, making sure you do not start moving that bar unless there's zero momentum. Completely still, guys. Make sure you have full control. It is worth the additional time under tension to do that. Absolutely. Okay, come down controlled. I say aggressive row to the belly, but that's just initiating with the back. Very important we initiate with the back. You do not want to rush that process. okay? You just want to initiate aggressive. And then exactly what I said here, set chest, boom, towards belly, tuck. All right, guys, that's shirted benching 101 for you. If you're not familiar with a bench shirt, send this to someone who's interested. Let's get everyone in a bench shirt, guys. I love this side of lifting, the equipped stuff. Plan to do some more videos on it for you. Coach Ben here. And you know where to find me. You can meet me